If you're over 50 and your legs aren't as strong as you'd like, you've got to see this new exercise I created called spring squats. Recently I did 3 sets of 15 reps every day for 7 days alongside a few of my clients. In this video, I'll reveal the 3 big benefits I received. Stronger legs is the obvious benefit. The other 2 benefits will likely surprise you. Let me start by showing you the key setup for spring squats so you can start building stronger legs today. All right, I'm going to break spring squats down into 3 steps for you. It'll be easier to learn that way. The first step is the correct setup against the wall. We're going to use the wall as a postural tool to help us stay in alignment. So go ahead and get against the wall, put both heels against the wall. And what I want you to do is take one foot and put it out in front of the other foot. So it's like heel toe, and then put that foot down. And then where that the forward foot is, the toes right there, is where you're going to have your heels. You're that far away from the wall, basically. I got a little electrical box that sits out a couple inches. You probably don't. So my legs are a little bit further out, so I'm just going to bring it in a little bit. So my feet are about, hip width apart. Not wide shoulder width. I want hip width apart. And this is the distance. So when I squat down, if I came all the way to parallel, where my leg is parallel to the floor right now, not that you got to go that low, by the way. We're going to do quarter squats to begin with. That you'd have a 90-degree angle up through the lower leg with the thigh. Okay, that shows that you're the correct distance away from the wall. Now when I start in this up position, and I'm going to go down. What I would like in the ultimate situation is the most surface area on my back is against the wall the whole time I'm going down into the squat. Okay? Now your posture deviations is what's going to be the problem here. If you've got a flared rib and your back is not against the wall flush, don't force it to get against the wall. That's only going to you're going to wake up very sore the next day. More just use the wall for a guide. And if you're not flat against the wall, don't worry about it. In time, the posture will correct. Some points you can look at though is like right now, my lower back where my hips are, I got both sides of my hips and my low back against the wall. The small of my back, my low back is against the wall. Okay, so those points are there. Now I go up to the back of my shoulders, almost to my, where my back of my shoulders and my shoulder blades meet. On both sides, that's against the wall. All right, now that might be very difficult for you. If it is, don't worry about it. Again, just use the wall as a guide. The hardest thing is to get the back of your head against the wall and do a squat, keeping all these points down. A lot of you have forward head postures, so when you try to put the back of the head against the wall, your chin's going to raise up like that. Don't do the squat like that. Keep the chin parallel to the floor. Head is suspended. Shoulders are down and back. Remember, we always stretch the fascia wetsuit. Okay? But we don't want this chin cocked. So if the head has to be off the wall a little bit, an inch or so, 2 inches, that's not the end of the world. We're using the wall as a guide as we go down and up during this spring squat. Using the wall as an alignment tool during spring squats gave me a big benefit: posture improvement. My shoulders are now better aligned directly over my hips, and I feel like there's more space throughout my upper body. It feels like tight tissues in my torso released a little bit, and that's helping me move with more freedom in everything I do. Step 2 of the spring squat I call load the spring. And that's when we're going to lower ourselves down into the position, into the squat. But this is going to be a little different because we're not going to use gravity like most people do and just make a controlled fall down while you put on the brakes with the front of your thighs. We're not going to do that. We're going to activate our feet and then pull down into the position. We're going to pull down with our feet, our hamstrings, and our glutes. That's going to load the spring. Okay? And the way I do this, again, my setup is already done. I'm against the wall. I got as much surface area as I can against the wall. I am gonna, when I go to lower myself, I'm gonna start with my feet. My feet start the whole movement. And what happens is my feet, the arch raises. It's like I'm gripping with my toes. The arch raises and that pulls me down. And you're gonna feel, if you feel down at your hamstring, you're gonna feel activation if you're doing it right. Because when you lift your arch, raise the arch and press your toes, it automatically fires the hamstrings, okay? So go ahead and spend some time just playing with that, doing like 1A squats where you just grip both feet and pull yourself down. Again, I'm not just using gravity and falling down. My feet are gripping, arch raises, and I can feel my hamstring right now. I can feel that muscle tense, it's tightening, it's contracted, okay? And that is loading the spring where I pull down, just like that. Feet start the movement, pull myself down, my hamstrings are activated on both sides. I'm still against the wall as good as I can. The wall is my guide. Don't go down past, quarter squat to begin with, okay? As you get better, you can start doing full squats. But just play with it for a day or two to make sure you don't get too sore. Go quarter. The key is getting the timing. The feet, you activate the feet, the arch raises, you grip, you pull with the toes are gripping, and you feel that hamstring. That is loading the spring. All right, step 3, pop the spring. We loaded the spring on the way down, arch raises, toes are gripping, hamstrings are activated. Now I'm going to initiate with the feet and I'm going to flatten the arches, push off with the balls of my feet as much as I can. Your heels will still press off, okay? Your heels are still on the floor, but try to get a little special attention on pushing off with the balls of your feet. So I loaded the spring down, arches are up, I reverse that, flatten the arches. The foot gets kind of longer. I push off the balls of my feet and I come back to the up position. Load the spring, pop the spring. Load the spring, pop the spring. Again, only do quarters, down to maybe here. And just get this rhythm down. Because when you find the rhythm where your feet are going down or pulling down, arch gets bigger, and then you flatten the arch and it comes back up, you'll find this rhythm. And you're going to notice you're going to have a little more spring in your squat. That's why I call it a spring squat. You're loading the spring here, and all of a sudden you're popping the spring. It's almost like when you were a kid, one of those jack-in-the-boxes where they just pop right back up. Think of that. It won't feel like that. I'm just giving you a mental image. But think of the action of the foot going from the arch raised to flattening the arch, boom, popping up. You get this little pop. I'll do a few reps for you. Pulling up, pulling down, pushing up. Now, if your knees are hurting a little bit, if you feel any achiness in your knees, 2 things. 1, step out a little bit further. That can help. All right, so you got more distance from the wall. And another thing you can do is just not go as low. I mean, you could really just do like 1/10 squats. Just get this little foot action, just like this. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I did for 7 days 3 sets of 15 reps. I took about 30 seconds in between, shake the legs off, and then did 15 more. And like I've said a few times now, you don't need to go all the way down. Just do quarters or 1/8 squats. Get a lot of foot activity going. Keep your back against the wall as good as you can. And if your knees get a little sore or your back, take a day or 2 off. Readjust, put your feet out further if you need to. Don't go into pain. I don't want anyone to get hurt. Stronger legs was a big benefit I felt from spring squats. But this wasn't just any kind of strength. It had a distinct springy quality because the power started from the feet and worked its way up to the hamstrings and glutes. I felt more bounce and lightness in every step. The same strength from spring squats helped one of my clients in her 70s, Mary, relieve knee pain from a meniscus tear simply by building strength from the ground up. Another big benefit I got from spring squats is better hip mobility. The increased hamstring and glute activation on the backside. Whenever you get stronger in the backside, it helps release lingering hip flexor tension, and I don't even know I had it. Now my hips move more freely with less restriction. Many of you already own my Fascia Strength and Power program. I just added a new bonus to the program for you. It's a more advanced version of spring squats called Spring Squats with Arms. This variation takes the benefits even further by improving your ability to transfer power from your feet and legs all the way to your upper body, a key skill for building total body strength from elasticity. If you don't own the program yet, I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can check it out. That's all I have for you today. See you in the next video.